the number one mindset shift you need to stop problem gambling. I'm Sal Guarino, coach and co-founder at the Recovery Partners. I've been around problem gambling and recovery from it, personally and professionally, for pretty much my entire life, including a trip to hell and, thankfully, a U-turn from it in my own journey of gambling and recovery. We talk a lot at the Recovery Partners how there are numerous approaches to try and stop problem gambling. But I believe there's a fundamental idea that underlies all approaches and is really necessary. It's the idea that you need to get out of your own way, stop trying to manage recovery completely on your own, and begin taking suggestions and direction from others. This is not to say that I think you're helpless or a victim. No way. I am saying, however, that quarterbacking your own recovery is a guaranteed way to keep failing. Consider this. Maybe you have a parent, a grandparent, or a friend who struggles with dementia. If you were sitting watching a game with them on TV, they might ask you repeatedly what the score is, without realizing that they just asked you that seconds or a minute or two before. Even to the extent if you were to connect them to a lie detector mechanism and say, did you just ask me this question repeatedly? They would say no, and it would probably come up honest, because in their mind, they're telling the truth. But that doesn't change the fact that their version of the facts is not correct. In a similar way, a problem gambler who wants to stop gambling and relies on their own mind and plans to do so is similar. Not that they have dementia, but when you consider the physiological state of their brain in the very, very early stages of recovery or wanting to stop even, their denial around how many times they unsuccessfully tried to stop, control, moderate, and when you add in the likely degree of acute stressors that are going on right now in their life because of gambling, it puts them in a position where their honest desire alone is no match by itself for the powerful addictive pull of gambling. This maybe seems counterintuitive, and it might be to a degree when you think about the fact that gamblers are often very smart, capable, accomplished people whose application of self-will, perseverance, grit, and intellect have made them very successful in other areas of life. So it makes sense they would try the same kind of exertion of personality and strength towards stopping gambling. But overcoming this one mental and emotional booby trap is the first step to recovery, regardless of which modality or a combination of modalities you ultimately take to get help. Think about it. Look at the track record honestly. The hopeful part of this equation is that if you can make this one leap of faith, logic, and step of vulnerability to accept that for now, the very nature of the problem precludes you from knowing best how to address it, from being able to do it alone, you can actually be on the road to recovery. Eventually, you can share the passing of the baton and be able to play a big part in your own recovery, and eventually most of it, but not in the beginning. Ultimately, if you can get over this hurdle, you can start to reclaim your life, master abstinence, and start to have happiness and joy again, which really is the idea that kind of gets lost in the shuffle sometimes with ongoing relapse and frustration. If you're open to a new perspective and a direction that won't result in another stressful, failed attempt to do it alone, give us a look. On our website, therecoverypartners.com, you can do 3 principal things, all confidentially in the privacy of your own home, and they're all really easy to do. One is you can complete an online self-assessment. It takes about 2 or 3 minutes that will help you better understand where you're at with your gambling. You can also join our free community. It takes about a minute to sign up. There's absolutely no obligation, and you will meet others who are asking the same questions of themselves about their gambling. It's a supportive forum that has what we call spaces or rooms to interact. And lastly, maybe most importantly, you can schedule a free consultation with us if you'd like. 30 minutes, we'll talk honestly. It's not high pressure. Yes, we'll tell you about our program, and we'll probably suggest it. But if it's not a match for you, or you are not ready, whether you move forward with us or not, we'll be happy to take some time and help point you in at least the next logical direction. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.